we have a brand new Spider-Man deal. Tom Holland signs up for 5 more movies. This includes a trilogy of Spider-Man movies and the 2 Avenger movies that are already on the docket. Jonathan or Susan, what do you guys want to talk about this? What do you want them to do with the 3 new Spider-Man movies? Who should they bring in? What should they cover?
Oh gosh, so I'm not. I didn't read the Spider-Man comics growing up. I don't know all the options of Spider-Man's world. I mean, just from what we've seen in the previous movies. Though I do know there's we've seen in the previous movies. I don't know if it's going to be part of the same storyline because there's multiple, the multiverse deal.
Mhm.
But I want to see Spider-Man and Venom, and we do see Venom at the end of the last Spider-Man movie, right?
Yeah, but it was just a little teaser for the symbiote, which I think is what we're going to really have the trilogy be about that,
Yeah, but I'm stoked to have Tom Holland like tied down for 5 movies. That's awesome because this, changing that they've done in the past, where we had 2 different Spider-Mans, they really did a good job cleaning that up together in that recent movie and making it fit together. But I don't want to see it happen again. Like I don't want them to recast him in the next 5 or 10 years. So it's really cool to see that they've already kind of solidified that cohesive future.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I think we've seen it before, so please do a different twist. Like we don't want to see him go emo and dancing in the streets and that whole that whole bit. But, yeah. But I think it'll be cool if they do follow that symbiote storyline still.
Well, okay, so this is my thought, and I don't be graceful with me because I'm not I'm not very familiar with the Marvel world, though I'm trying, right? With Spider-Man, because there's been so many different Spider-Men, right?
Mhm.
It would be cool to have one of the movies and have oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name. The newest Marvel character. Is it America? The one that
America Chavez. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she's the one that can do portals, right?
Yeah.
Like going to and from in different like realms and all that stuff. It would be interesting to see a movie with them together. Maybe him going into the past or seeing different Spider-Men, right? Or
do across the Spider-Verse thing with him.
Yeah, something like that.
And that might be how he plays into the
Miles Morales.
Isn't the yeah. And that'll be she could be his gateway into that world.
Yeah, something along those lines. I think that'd be interesting.
Tom Holland is said to be making an appearance in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to the last one with Miles Morales. Which he was actually supposed to be in the first one too, but they ended up cutting him. But he's supposed to be making an appearance with that. And there are rumors that we're also going to get the other 2 Spider-Man from the last Spider-Man movie in that one. I'm saying Spider-Man like a lot, so keep that in mind. But yeah,
I think that'd be really cool.
I think that'd be cool. Squeaks, any thoughts on this?
Yeah. So I think for sure we're gonna get the symbiote thing because of the Venom, or at the end of the last one. With it still being trapped in that universe, but also I want to see a progressive to Parker Industries. Like
that would be so. We've talked about that a few times. We need
that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're still going to get into. Hopefully, with this much Spider-Man movies coming out, I was kind of like, damn, that's a lot. Maybe that's a little too much. Like, can we move on? But if we're transitioning to him being the next Tony Stark, then I think maybe it's necessary. So
yeah, I would like to see like him be one of the wealthy guys. Reed Richards with his development on stuff. Get like Hank Pym doing stuff. Let's get Tony Stark like guys. But yeah, exactly. It's time to move on to. I mean, as much as I want Tony Stark back, I understand we do need to move on. And then personally for myself, of course, we're gonna have the symbiote. I think that's gonna be a given. But I think it'd be nice to bring in Miles Morales naturally and have him kind of like let's fall in love with him from the beginning and like fall in love with him as he's getting his spider powers. And all of a sudden we see Tom Holland switch from, hey, I'm new at this, I'm the new kid on the block, to mentor to Miles Morales. And that would be amazing because, I mean, from playing the PlayStation game, I am a huge Miles Morales fan after that, and I would love to see some more of him. And we have his uncle who's in the MCU already, who mentions him in the Prowler.
Yeah.
So he's canon. Let's make it happen. That'd be so good.
Honestly, with like as soon as you bring up the American Chavez, that we could just bring like Spidey Gwen and Spider Woman and just all the Spider-Mans, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
What do you think if like with the next generation, you'll have a new group of young teen heroes or young heroes, and then like you're saying, Tom Holland Spider-Man will become the older mentor. So the older heroes above him, like Doctor Strange, I can imagine them like taking a back seat. Like they're not out in the field as much anymore, but they're the,
like the
Alfred
Illuminati at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, that too. They'll still be involved, but they'll be like mentoring or advising, but not really engaged. And then eventually, shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
And okay, these old guys gotta
step in,
and save the young kids. But that'd be kind of cool to see them in more of a reserved mentor role and not actively fighting.
That being said, we still got to have some of the OGs around. Like, I'm all for like, hey, let's have some cool, new people around. I'm doing a dance, guys. You guys can't tell on the podcast. I'm cool having some new people around, but you're gonna lose a lot of people if all of a sudden like we're losing every namestay. Like if we already lost basically, Iron Man and really the Captain America people, Steve Rogers Captain America. But if you start dropping like Thor, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, if you start dropping some of the main ones and you're just making a team out of all the new people, MCU doesn't have a shot in hell. You gotta have some of those old OGs around, I think, in my opinion. And
I think casting them into less involved roles would be a lot better than killing them off. Like Tony Stark dying was, dramatic and whatnot. But yeah, if you have Doctor Strange says, I've done this so much, I'm about to break. Like my presence in this realm is fractured, and if I use magic too much more, I will literally be spread across the multiverse or something like that. So then he's like, hey, I can sit here and talk to you guys, but I can't magic you out of this. And if I do, it might be my last time. Then he's still around, but he's not, actively out there fighting and whatnot. Yeah. So it'd be kind of a safe way to keep him around without, but still focusing on the new heroes.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how they would do it in the comic book too, actually. Like Strange Academy is a thing right now where he's now basically a Professor X wannabe, but all about magic. And that's exactly how they would do it in the comic. That's a good idea.
I know. I think we're slowly getting to that phase in our lives with the MCU where it is just going to be characters that we don't care about.
Yeah.
I feel like they like bull rushed it with the main cast, you could say, or the main heroes. And that's why I honestly feel myself slipping off a little bit, because even like the old characters or the characters that we like, I feel like, unpopular opinion, I don't give a shit about their movies anymore. I think they suck. So Thor for one, and the last Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So if that's kind of like the stuff you're bringing me now, where it's mostly you're just bringing in new characters like the Doctor Strange one was American Chavez and whatever, and then it's like just not. Oh man, I don't know. It's almost like my feels for Black Panther. Like I'm going to see it, but I'm kind of like not as hyped as the first one, and yeah, obviously due to unfortunate circumstances, but
of course,
yeah, it's kind of like I'm losing my love for these movies right now.
You know what I think I kind of want to see? It might be a good spark of bringing back some of the old stuff. Is another Hulk movie. We haven't seen a regular Hulk.
That's movie. Licensing issues though. They had to wait because Universal owns Hulk right now.
Okay.
I think next year's like the first year they could start even possibly doing something. And that's why, like in She-Hulk, at the end of She-Hulk, they teased, "Hey, by the way, we're doing, we're going to go into World War Hulk eventually." Like they teased one of his biggest stories coming up eventually, but we had to wait for it.
So I was thinking, like, it'd be kind of cool if they did a story. I don't know the different Hulk series, but where he was like going through depression or something like that, and he just wanted to get rid of the Hulk powers that he has. He doesn't want to transform anymore, and eventually he sciences his way into doing it. But by discovering how to undo it, he also solidified a way to do it, and somebody steals his research. And now they're creating an army of Hulks, and he has to re-Hulkify himself to be able to stop them. And that'd be
Joel is just creating verbs, so he's got magic something away. He's got I'm gonna science this, and he's re-hulking stuff now. So
hey, these are bubbles. These are captions. I mean, this is exactly how the comic books word it.
It's fair. Yeah, it'd be bold because you got to remember he's magic this way.
That'd be the title on the front of the comic page. Really,
magical way, made by Jonathan.